Okay, so I filed these holes inward. Then I put the 2 bolts with washers, tack welded the washers in place. And then I took the thing off, flipped it, and filled in all that void with weld. And then ran a file to make sure it was clean. And that, so that the brackets held and won't shift around. This is the reducer collar. Obviously the pulley is not attached right now. I'm just making sure all the linkage is going to line up, because putting a Briggs in here when it had a Kohler, you know, you got to change some things. So right now, belt's in the engaged position. Everything's clearing. Disengaged is up here. You can see this is pretty worn out. Get the belt out of the way. So I have to weld the rod and the pin, and I have to, this end down here, I have to weld the rod and the pin. Ooh, damn mosquitoes. But it looks like it's going to be all right. And then we got this here, which I bent slightly to clear the exhaust. Oops. Let's see when it moves. It could probably actually take out a little bit of the bend, because you kind of want to keep it in line so it's not twisting the bracket. So I'll make a bracket for here and have something to hook the spring to, because I didn't get this upper bracket. But I gotta... So just want to make sure it's clearing everything. The engine has a little bit of movement side to side, back and forth, so it gives me a little bit of a tweaking adjustment. I might make a collar for here so the pulleys can be, so I can put a bolt from the end, but they do have a set screw in them, and I've had other machines that just had a set screw only, and I've not had any problems, but we'll see. Okay, and then so since you got the Kohler mounting holes and the V-twin Briggs, which I don't have either of those, so this is moved over to the final set of holes. And then I drilled these going through this bottom frame piece. And here, because you have this and this, but there were no holes here, so I measured across the base of the engine, and then I held this plate in place, and I marked it on the back side, and then I pushed the plate all the way forward and marked it there, and then I cut out my oblong hole or slit right here and in the front, and that gives me proper mounts. This here, I'm going to cut this on an angle, and then I'm going to weld a little bit of a side deflector for the exhaust. Sorry, it's hard to film up close like this. But yeah, this is all this is looking good. And the motor's got, or the engine's got clearance. Dipstick. Tight squeeze, but it works. So